What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. Let me get center stage here. Whew! It's another beautiful Mindset, Motivate, Move Monday. It's Monday, y'all. Did you hear me? It is Monday morning. That means we should be ready to go. Because yesterday, what did we do? We prepped ourselves for this week. We got ourselves together, made sure that we set our goals, we set the assignments that we needed to do. We prepared ourselves for the week. Because if you're going to be successful, if you're going to be a successful entrepreneur, you're going to be a successful leader. The greatness is in the preparation. The greatness is in preparation. So I want you to be prepared all this week for the greatness that you're about to endure this week. I feel it that you're on the precipice of greatness. Don't give up. Don't keep moving forward. I want you to keep moving forward on this Monday morning. I want you to keep that in your mind. I want you to keep telling yourself, keep moving forward all week this week. Keep moving forward. Y'all know what we do here in the Brand You Suite. Each and every week, we are on the assignment to make you better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. We're 6 months in, yeah. Well, 6 months. We're going six months in 1 week. We're not quite in we haven't finished the full 6 months, but we finished a full 5 months, and we're moving into the 6th month. And as we do that, as we talked last week about preparing, halftime. That is halftime, and what's your game plan? What's your strategy? We talked about the different strategies that you want to have going into the second half of 2024. This week we're going to talk about the 12 forms of capital. These are the forms of capital that you should have as an entrepreneur in your circle of impact. You want to have an understanding of what these capitals, what they are, but then also the importance that they play in you as a successful entrepreneur, as a successful leader. You want to make sure that you incorporate them in everything that you do, on the things that you're doing as an entrepreneur, because it's going to be vitally important to you being successful. So I want you to think about these. I want you to write them down. We're going to do them. This is going to be a series again, and I would think I went over them some time ago, but I'm going to bring them back around and reiterate them to you, because I believe in their importance and how they can contribute to you being successful. Especially this is something that you must have in your entrepreneurial briefcase, an understanding of the 12 forms of capital, what I call the 12 forms of capital. So next week, this is what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to be focusing on political capital, social capital, human capital, intellectual capital, digital capital, financial capital, educational capital, community capital, mental capital, spiritual capital, cultural capital, and physical capital. See, these are the 12 forms. I got this years ago, y'all. I had this idea, or not me. I had the idea. I was at a entrepreneurial summit, and Dr. Cindy Trim did this presentation. She was a keynote speaker, and I'll never forget it. It was the best summit that I had ever gone to. She was She was not afraid to share her knowledge, information, resources with us in the audience. And that was my takeaway. So everything that I do is premised around what I experienced at that particular summit, where she was not afraid to share all of this knowledge, all of this information, her insight, her wisdom, her ideas. All of those things were a part of her presentation, and she talked about these 12 forms of capital. And so I thought that, I'm like, man, these are forms of capital that I hadn't thought of before she mentioned them. Because when most people think of capital, what do they think about? They just think about a financial piece. It's money. Capital being money. Someone giving you money, or money that you have that that you use to be able to point to your business. But capital is so much more than money. And I should have had one on it, and I might have to tweak it to add it on here. But economic capital, real estate capital, I didn't put those on there. I'm going to have to add those on there because those are important. They're important to us because if you don't possess capital, in any of these forms of capital that I just mentioned, you can't be successful. So we're going to go into these today, and I'm not going to be long each day. I'm just going to give you a little snippet of them. We're going to define them, and then we're going to talk a little bit about their importance to you and the importance that they play to you as an entrepreneur. So we're going to start off with political capital. So political capital. And political capital is the influence and connections within the political networks. So who is in your circle of impact? Do you have political capital? Or I should ask you the question, what political capital do you have? What political influence do you have within the community that you're a part of? Does your local representative, if you have a city council person, do you know who that city council person? Does your city council person know who you are? Are the people that deal with your district and everything that you're a part of, do they know your name? Does your local, when I say your state representative, know who you are? Are you connected to them in some kind of way so that you can be aware of the laws that are coming down or that will be coming, that are going to have an impact on you? That's what political capital does for you. Here's the thing. Here's the importance of it. It can be instrumental in navigating. It can be instrumental in navigating regulatory landscapes. Gaining support for business initiatives that you're trying to do, and building relationships with the key figures. With other key figures in there. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the first one. Having political capital can. Hey, Danya, morning. How you? It can be instrumental in navigating regulatory landscapes. So what are the rules and regulations that you have to deal with? Because as an entrepreneur, you got to know the law. You have to know what you can do, what you can't do, what you can build, what you can't build. Even if you have a brick and mortar, what the regulations are. If you need certifications, what are those certifications that you need? Any of those things that have to do with the law, that have to do with government and how it's being run in your particular area, you need to know. What are the regulations that are being adhered, that have to be adhered to within the region that you are, within the community that you're in. And you becoming the more political capital that you have, the more influence that you have in what needs to get done in your community. If there are things that need to get done and you have that political capital, you can get things done that need to get done. But you have to be aware. You have to have you have to be able to navigate the regulatory landscaping. You have to be able to gain support for business initiatives. What initiatives do you have going on, or do you want to have going on? And those initiatives may need certain certifications. Those initiatives may need may have to meet certain regulations, certain laws. Or if it's an initiative that you can't do because of a law, what can you do in order to be able to make it happen? Or do you have to tweak those initiatives that you're going to have because of that very thing? This is what political capital will do for you. And we've got to understand the importance of political capital to you as an entrepreneur. So that's what we're going to be focusing on all this week. We're starting with this political capital and understand. So your homework today is, if you don't know who your representative is, whether city council or however your community is made up of, who your representative is, might be an alderman, might be something like that, whatever it is, are you connected? Are you connected, and how do you get connected? I have an organization that I'm a part of, and we're moving to a new area, right? We're moving to a new area, and so we have to introduce ourselves to the political realm out there. Good morning, Kimberly. Thanks for tuning in. They have to, we have to introduce ourselves. So that as we begin to immerse ourselves in the community, they know who we are. We put our footprint in where we are so that they know, hey, this organization is serious. This organization is here to do a certain kind of work. We can partner with them. We can work with them. How can we assist them? How can they assist us? It should work. Your political capital should work both ways. It should give you benefits, and as well as giving them benefits. So that's the second thing when you have the business initiatives. You have to initiate. You have to know what it is that you're planning to do. That's why we did what we did last week when we talked about your planning. What are your plans for rest of 2024? Because if you don't have those plans, then you don't know the initiatives that you need to have conversations about, and what those conversations can possibly look like, because you may need a partnership with the government in order to be able to do that. So, and then the last thing is building relationships with key political figures. Like I said, relationships are resources. I'm going to say it again. Relationships are resources. Morning, D. What's up, bro? If you don't have those key relationships, you won't have the resources for the initiatives that you're looking to be able to do, and then you can't get the approval that you may need for regulations that you may have to meet along the way. So it's important that you understand the influence that you should have in the political realm. That's what your political capital can do for you. That's where your political capital, how the part that political capital plays in you achieving and being successful as an entrepreneur in the community that you serve. Though I promise you, those businesses that don't have political capital, that don't have that influence, they have a difficult time. Yeah, is it gonna be easy? Absolutely not, because we know how political figures can be finicky. So it's gonna take time. It's not like you're gonna be able to just walk in and all of a sudden that relationship is gonna happen. You have to be willing to nurture it. You got to be willing to be persistent at it. Trust and believe. If you're at events that deal with politicians and you're in the know as far as meetings, finding out what particular meetings are going on, finding out what particular events are going on that you need to be a part of. Got to be strategic about this thing, y'all. All of these capitals take strategy. What's your political capital strategy? Do you have a political capital strategy? How are you going to gain that political capital? I want you to think about that today. We're going to be going through a whole slew of them, so you're going to have homework in each of these categories. The first one being political capital. Where do you want to be? Where is it that you're trying to get yourself from a political capital standpoint? How are you going to build it? Just like financial capital, which we'll get to, you have to build that, right? It's the same thing here. You've got to build your political capital I want you to build your political capital. I want you to think about that today. How am I going? 3 ways. That's the homework. 3 ways. I want you to give me 3 ways that you're going to build your political capital this week. And begin to do it. Whether it's the researching of who your city council representative is, and sending them a letter introducing yourself to them, letting them know who you are, finding an event that they might be at or that you can attend that has to do with the political aspect of your community, of your business, to find out the needs and what you have to, the different things that you have to deal with or that you've been dealing with in your community, because you could be a vital part of your community, and you haven't partaken in the political aspect of the community, but it's time that you do. That's how you're gonna build that political capital. That's your homework for today. 3 ways that you're going to build your political capital today. That's what I want you to focus on. That's what I want you to be thinking about on this Mindset, Motivate, Move Monday. It's Mindset, Motivate, Move Monday from a political capital perspective. Yeah, I need you to get your political capital up. Yeah. Get your political capital up. Yeah, you know how they say get your bag up, get your political capital up. You gotta build it up. We want to make sure that from a political perspective, you have the resources, you have the connections that you need in order to be able to bring about your initiatives that you want to be able to have. And be able to get things done in and for your community. That's what political capital can do for you. If you want to go into more detail, and once I finish these, of course, if you want to be able to put a strategy together, you can absolutely connect with me. Shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, and I'll make sure that the email is in the description there as well. In addition to my other contact information that I'll put in there, don't forget about the YouTube. We can go into more detail with you. This is all a part. I keep telling y'all, this is all a part of the entrepreneurial briefcase. These are the things that we do in order for you to be able to reclaim your time and be able to be more focused and organized, so that you can have more impact with your family, friends, and those that you serve. That's what all of this is about, y'all. That's what all we do. So connect with me. Also, go to my YouTube channel. You can check out the YouTube channel. 50. Go to subscribe. 500 subscribers. 30 days. We're gonna keep that going. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. I need 500 subscribers. 30 days. Are you with me? Can you help a brother out? Can you help a brother out? It don't take long at all. It don't take less than 2 minutes, I promise you. Less than 2 minutes. Go over to the YouTube channel. The link will be in the description as well. And click the subscription button, and you're done. You can get all of this, all of these daily brand new podcasts in the morning. You can go and see them. They're all there for you to be able to use, watch, listen, and gain from. Because this is what we do here in the brand new suite. And I want you to be better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. That's my assignment. That's why I do what I do each and every day. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you did something fun. It's time to go to work, though. Time to go to work. Time to grind, y'all. Trying to hustle. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a super phenomenal day. Peace.